What's going on, ladies and gents? It's Salvaje. We're back with another Fortnite Save the World weapon review. Wraith Assault Rifle, or Wraith Silence Assault Rifle. It's in Save the World, and it's a must buy, alright? Look, I don't want to waste your time. If you want to know if you should get this weapon or not, get it. It's amazing. It's a godlike weapon. It's a nocturnal killer. This weapon makes the Gravedigger look like a joke. Alright, spoiler alert for Infinity War. This weapon is basically Thanos, and all of the other primary type weapons in the game are the Avengers. Alright, they're just gonna get completely destroyed. It's a must-have, okay? But with that said, let's get more into the details. I'm going to, use my review format that I use for all my weapon reviews. And if you want to know more about that, click the link in the description, because I don't want to waste your time, talking about my review format. The weapon basically specializes at any range, and that's what I like about it so much. The Siegebreaker, the Nocturno, sort of struggle at the longer ranges, but this weapon does not. I used this weapon and I was shooting, as I was using this weapon, I was shooting mist monsters like blasters that were like at long ranges, and I was still able to laser them for some reason. It's one of the best features of the weapon, the fact that you can basically use it at almost any range, and honestly, again, one of the reasons why it is a must buy. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is the Hipfire. Since the weapon is basically a laser and it sort of focuses on precision, the Hipfire is even more amazing, because where you aim is sort of like, where the weapon is going to shoot, which means that if you're accurate with your Hipfire, your weapon is going to be melting the opponents. And I just want to point out, this is a 106 Shadow Shard weapon, and I tried it out on a level 80 mission, on a 4-player level 80 mission. And on top of all that, I also tried it out in Twine Peaks in level 76. Look, the point is, we usually use weapons at a higher level than where the enemies are at. And the point is also, even if I was using this at a higher level mission, the weapon would still just melt the opponents, okay? I tried it out with Urban Assault Headhunter, and with Urban Assault Headhunter, it's just completely disgusting. You guys already get what I mean, okay? This thing is a monster to be reckoned with. Okay, so with that said, we're gonna jump into the next part of the weapon review, just some recommended perks, and these are just some of my suggestions. You don't really have to go with these recommended perks, but I am going to be sharing them with you guys anyway. So this weapon is just really good all around. Another thing that I like about it is that you can actually have a lot of variety when it comes down to choosing the perks for this bad boy. So you can do a full damage roll, so damage, magazine size, damage, damage, okay? That will be a really good consistent damage roll. You can either make it obsidian or shadow shard. If you care about dishing out as much damage as possible, go the shadow shard route. Now, if you want a really good all-around weapon that you use for basically almost any encounter, of course, go the obsidian route if you don't want it to be running out as much, since of course you're going to be using it very frequently. You can also do damage, magazine size, headshot damage if you want more of like a headshot damage type roll. And like I said, the weapon is very accurate, and the spread isn't all over the place. Only when you move, if you're moving a lot, like the spread is going to spread out a little bit. And sometimes I also noticed that the weapon spread sort of extended, but once I started sort of like tap firing the weapon was like more precise. Anyways, if you want a headshot damage roll, go with that. You can also do damage, durability, magazine size, and damage. So this is going to be sort of like an all-around damage roll, and you're going to have a little bit of more durability on it if, of course, you make this weapon into a Shadow Shard weapon. I would recommend that if you don't really have a lot of Shadow Shard, or you don't really want to be crafting this thing every 5 minutes. In my opinion, I have a pretty decent amount of Shadow Shards, so that's why I went with this roll. Why I'm going to go with this roll, actually. It's going to be critical rating, magazine size, critical damage, and critical damage, or as I like to call it, the Nocturnal killer, because of course, the Nocturnal, you can have double critical damage on it, and from my understanding, the Siegebreaker, you cannot have double critical damage on the Siegebreaker. Anyways, another roll that you guys can go with, critical rating, magazine size, headshot damage, and critical damage. That is the roll that I used as I was reviewing this weapon and as I was playing with this weapon, and that roll also worked out very well. The point is, guys, the Wraith Assault Rifle in Fortnite Save the World is a must-have, and if you don't get this weapon while it's out, you are highly playing yourself. Anyways, when it comes down to the star rating, I'm going to give this weapon a 5 out of 5 stars. Simply a must-have. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to join the Salvaje Cartel, and thank you very much for watching.